There's a few things you should know when you're trying to maximize your island sanctuary and become Tom Nook of the Final Fantasy universe. Right out of the way, island sanctuary is supposed to be relaxing, so naturally we're going to try to rush through it right away. To maximize, the amount of XP you can get in an hour, it's about 7,000 XP an hour with this little route here, which would take you a little over 20 hours to hit max level of just gathering if you want to brute force this like I might have. Keep that in mind. Maybe not try to brute force this. Anyway, maximize efficiency, we know. Here you go. First things first, you don't have to worry about missing out on anything. You can have one of everything. There's space allocated for everything. You don't have to worry about where your treehouse is going to go, or if you want to build other landmarks or other buildings. It's all allocated. There's space for everything, so you don't have to stress about that. The other thing you should note is you shouldn't spend any of your blue rocks or candies, I like calling them candies, on glamour right away, because you need these for upgrade paths. I would maximize the amount of blue candies that you can have and get, and I'm going to tell you how to do that, but don't spend it on the glamour. You need these for the upgrades, and it'll go a long way in the future. So to maximize your little candies, you want to have all of the animals in your animal pen or your pasture, and you want to always be planting crops and always using your granaries. These are probably one of the most effective ways that people don't realize. And the reason it is you can trade any of the rare materials you get from the granary, or anything that you get from an animal, or anything you get from your little garden, for blue candies. It's a little less passive than your stock exchange, which I'll cover in a little bit. But if you want to collect rare animals, it might be tempting to leave your pasture open, but you're losing out on your little blue candies, because every single day you can collect leaf droppings from them if you have fed them the day before. And your crops, they take 2 days to grow, so don't worry about what you're growing, just grow them. They all sell for about 5 per, so you're getting about 25 per patch. So just make sure you're always planting your crops and gathering from your animals, and make sure these are always filled when the opportunity arises, because these are another way to get extra blue candies. On the granary side, once you hit level 2, this is your break-even point. Every single day it costs 50 blue candies to send out, but when you're level 2, you get 3 back, so it actually just pays for itself if you sell the rare mats that you get from them. But I would not sell the rare mats, because you need these for the level 3 upgrade. You need 6 spruce logs and then 9 of the rare, maybe it's granite. You'll see on the video, it's the red one that you need, and the things that you need and the locations that you need will be on the screen. I think it's Wild Woods or whatever. And if you happen to have, one of the wrong areas picked and you don't get one of these collectibles, you can change it for free during the day. So I wouldn't worry about that. Just go up to it, change your area. It doesn't cost anymore, and you'll be able to collect the rare mat that you need for your level 3 granary and your level 3 workshop. Now, speaking of workshop and stonks, and for those of you who want to be capitalists and, take over the world like Jeff Bezos, here's how you do that. The stonks works 2 ways. So first things first, there's this passive buff that isn't really talked about. That is basically for every single craft you do, you get a 1% efficiency rating, and it just increases based off the number of crafts, and it caps out. So you want to do your short end crafts earlier in the week to build up this bonus until it's maximized. The game doesn't really do a great job of covering this. And ideally, if you want to grow this, you want to do 6 4-hour crafts in a day for your first 2 cycles, and then after that you want to do a combination of 4 6 8 6 or 4 4 8 8 or whatever you feel based off supply and demand. I'm not really going to cover that too much. Supply and demand, you kind of know it. You can look at the ratings. If it's low or non-existent stock, it's probably going to sell well. Don't oversupply anything, yada yada yada. It's pretty easy stuff. Now, the efficiency rating, which is probably the most important part, is if you craft an item in the same category, you get an efficiency rating, which boosts how much materials you get from it. So you can see the little category that something is in. If you match the category from the previous craft, you will get an efficiency rating. So if everything is metalwork, as long as you're first craft is metalwork. Every craft after that, if they remain metalwork, will remain a efficiency bonus. So you want to stack efficiency bonuses as much as possible, and note that your first craft of the day cannot be efficient. So make sure you start out with a level 4 craft just to get it rolling. Maximize your time under efficiency. The crafts that require rare mats obviously will put out more, but you can always just cancel out, and if you want to be like super lazy and be like, oh, I don't know what category is anything, and just keep putting in crafts until you see the efficiency rating. That's how I did it to start to figure it out. But you know, maximize that. That'll maximize your blue candy. If you're still leveling, make the tools as soon as possible. They make your life easier. All you got to do is look in your little craft menu, maximize your tools. If you cannot craft a tool, you're probably not a high enough level. And if you can craft a tool, it should be one of the things you should prioritize most, because usually they unlock new mats that you're going to need to upgrade your buildings if you are not at that stage yet. Now, I overlooked a few things to make your life better, so you know what to do. You smash that notification. I feel weird saying that every single time, but you know the drill. If you like the video, like and subscribe. If you like anyone else's video, like and subscribe, because you know it helps creators out a great deal. But as always, I hope you have a great day.